know how this is gonna come in. Shit internet up here. Let me know. Fuck, I didn't hear the music on. I ain't starting this over. I want this to be long anyway. Move this thing. Move it over here. Thanks, Sandy. Emotionally exhausted, physically exhausted. No, I don't want that. No, there's no freaking rest. There ain't no rest. There's no meditation. This is constant torture. It's never ending. I need your help here. I need your help, Cindy. I don't know who came here last night. I spent all day. There's no rest. There's no freaking rest. This is on my mind constantly. It's tearing me up. It's eating me alive. And this has to end. I put in the description different email addresses. Alright, it's 17 people in it. This ain't gonna focus for some reason. I put a template in here for a FOIA request. And I need you guys to do this. It shouldn't freaking cost anything. If it does, I'll pay you back somehow, some way. I couldn't fit the whole thing in here. My email's really easy. It's tasha.teeling@gmail.com. How is it? Is this clear? Is it unclear? I'm in the middle of the friggin' desert with my booster on, being swarmed by flies. This is one thing of many I gotta do. It took me all day to do this. Instead of going for a hike or walking the dog, it was this. I know you guys are here with me. It's coming in. This might not be laid out as nicely in the description, but I put links, name, address 1, address 2, date, address to the Custodian of Records, the Pasco Sheriff's Office, Citizens Drive. To whom it may concern, pursuant to Article 1, Section 24 of the Florida Constitution, and Chapter 119 Florida Statute, I'm requesting an opportunity to obtain public information related to the following incidents, calls handled by your office. This is critical in proving what I've been telling everybody, and to put an end to this nightmare. I can't do this alone. I can't do it alone anymore. I've called lawyers. I've called the Department of Justice. I've called the sheriff. They won't do a thing about it. There's 6 different incidents in here that I put. And if anyone would be so kind, if anyone would be so kind to send this off. I put the link to the portal. All the verbiage is right here. You can pick or choose or do them all. I think if somebody did, each person did like one thing, whoever can help me, I would love you forever. I'm gonna go through these different incidents. First one, it's all laid out in there. I can send it to you in an email. I might add something new later, but this is pretty much what it is. Incident number 1, sometime around or about 2015 to 2016. Some of these things are fuzzy. I put my date of birth in there because they want your date of birth. So you've got my name. Tasha Teeling called to report theft of all of her and her partner's prescription medication. And I put in parentheses, my middle name is Patricia, my last name is Teeling. You can figure out who the caller was. Just take out my middle name is and last name, and there you go. After breaking into her house to obtain said medications, Deputy Green was dispatched. I'm seeking related calls, body-worn camera footage from the deputy regarding this interaction, and report generated along with any associated emails, interoffice memorandum, etc. Thanks, Skunk Ape. I need your help. Thank you, Cindy. Incident 2. Like I said, pick or choose. I don't know how they fought me about this. They quoted me $1,800, but I requested everything with my name in it. So I figured I'd break it down and get this to prove my mother has been out to use the police to friggin' assassinate me, get me institutionalized. Number 2, sometime around or about 2014 to 2015, I was barraged with fucking police. Barraged with them. And I put, once again, my middle name is Patricia, last name Teeling. Let me just take out my middle name is, last name, my middle name is Patricia. I'm sure you guys are smart enough to figure it out. Call to report an unknown incident that resulted in deputies being dispatched to 7205 Sandmertz Drive in Port Richey, Florida, where Tasha Teeling was ultimately taken by deputies in handcuffs and admitted by alleged Baker Act in what was then believed to be Community Hospital Mental Health Facility in downtown Newport Richey. I don't think that place is around anymore. I believe that Deputy Jason Logue was on scene with 2 to 3 other deputies. I think it was a whirlwind of fucking brutal assaults. But there was 2 to 3 deputies there. I don't know if that was the second one where Jason Logue kicked my door in. But I'm seeking related calls, including the initial call, which would have been by my mother, body-worn camera footage from the deputies regarding this interaction, reports generated along with any associated emails, interoffice memorandum, etc. Hi, Ronnie. I need your help. All right. Third one, sometimes around or about 2014 to 2015, there's these two incidents. I don't know which one happened first. I think it was the one where Jason kicked my friggin' door in, because there was 3 cops hanging on my car. I said I didn't need their help. You know, I was upset because I just buried my friend. I didn't need them. I never threatened to commit suicide. I never threatened to hurt anybody. Once again, I put, you know, my middle name, my last name, but you know who made the call. Call to report an unknown incident that resulted in deputies being dispatched to 7205 Sandmertz Drive in Port Richey, Florida, where Tasha Teeling was ultimately taken by deputies in handcuffs and admitted by alleged Baker Act in what was then believed to be North Tampa Behavioral Health Hospital in Wesley Chapel, Florida. Unknown deputies were on scene. I'm seeking related calls, including initial body-worn camera footage from the deputies regarding this interaction, reports generated along with any associated emails, interoffice memorandum, etc. Fourth incident, somewhere around 2015 to 2016, once again, middle name, last name, and then I included Alex Eckhart was the accomplice. This was the kidnapping. When they tricked me to go to Taco Bell and dump me off here, and I tried to walk away because they wouldn't bring me home. Call to report an unknown incident that resulted in deputies being dispatched to the side of Florida State Road 56, where Tasha Teeling was walking in a westbound direction and ultimately taken by deputies in handcuffs, admitted by alleged Baker Act, in what was then to be believed North Tampa Behavioral Health Hospital in Wesley Chapel, Florida. Tasha Teeling sustained a major head injury as a result. Unknown deputies were on scene, but it's believed to include 3 to 4 deputies. There's 3 to 4 cops that violently friggin' beat me. I'm seeking related calls, initial call, body-worn camera footage from the deputies regarding this interaction, reports generated along with any associated emails, interoffice memorandum, etc. Number 5, like I said, I'm not going to ask for, like, if somebody can do one thing and someone does the other, it might make it a lot easier. Sometime in 2021, multiple calls were made by my, Patricia Teeling, my middle name, my last name, which is my mother's name, to your office in regards of alleged multiple violations of an order of protection allegedly placed on Tasha Teeling, seeking related calls, including initial calls, reports generated along with any associated emails, interoffice memorandum, etc. Also seeking initial calls made by, names right there, in an attempt to initiate a complaint of alleged cyber stalking or other against Tasha Teeling that would have taken place around the month of June 2021 when I sent that cure notice. Sixth one, there's probably way more than this. She's called, there was like thousands of mentions of me with them. Any calls made to your office by, once again, middle name, last name, in relation to Tasha Teeling, made from 2014 to 2021. That can be broken up by year. up till today, even if they resulted in no ultimate action or deputy involvement. And then I go on. And some of this cut off. Like, whoever's kind enough to help me, if you email me. A lot of people have my email and talk on a regular basis. I request a waiver of all fees for this request, since the disclosure of information I seek is not primarily in my commercial interest, and is likely to contribute significantly to public understanding of the operations or activities of the government, making the disclosure a matter of public interest and in accordance with the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. You may also provide a free copy of these records on CD-ROM to minimize paper waste. Email or Dropbox is preferential. Should you deny my request or any part of the request, please state in the writing the basis for the denial, including the exact statutory citation authorizing the denial as required by it's S.1 19.07 Florida statute. No basis of denial or additional cost should be related to redaction, as no protected employee health information related to HIPAA should be present in any of the public records I'm requesting. They'll do that all the time. They'll say it's got to be redacted. There's no way. They might try to use that Baker Act thing. I might have to handle those, but they've never given them to me. I put out a contact to your office in 40 hours to discuss when I may expect fulfillment of my request and payment of any statutory prescribed fees. This should be free. There's no redaction. They ran me around since 2018 on this. So I need your help. I need more people to help me. If you have any questions in the interview, contact me, put your phone number in there, or by email. I put thank you, your name. I think that cut off at the bottom. I put without prejudice, all rights reserved. You don't have to do that. Electronic signature, your name here. That right there, the tons and tons of calls were made by my mother, which I've mentioned plenty of times in the past. An effort for her to have me institutionalized or killed by the police over the stupid freaking trust. 44 years of freaking torture and agony by these people. I need it over. Every minute of my life is spent fucking suffering because of these people. So as soon as this is done, I can start working on fucking helping other people with their shit. It's cool. You know, my son's really good putting things together and setting things up. Yeah, whatever you want to do, I just put together verbiage for it. You can expand on it. That should be tried and true. Let me shut this thing off. Run out of fucking power early tonight. But I go to bed tormented. I wake up tormented because of the shit. There's a reason these people have abandoned me. They did at a very early age. Been a lifetime of abuse at their hands. It needs to end. I can't keep living like this. I've lost everything. Everything. My house over a lousy $10,000. My mother was on that freaking deed to the house. She developed a constructive trust. Left me to fucking die after busting my ass. She tried to have me fucking committed. Over and over again. Hey, Colleen. I would appreciate your help with this. They're going to try to charge people. I got a little bit of crypto. If I got to cash that in, so be it. Just do whatever you want. I need these records. I need these calls. I know my mother called and embellished. I've never, ever threatened suicide. I've never, ever threatened to hurt anybody else. And why every time 3 or 4 officers, deputies, would show up to my door, kick the door in. I have the pictures of the bruises. I have the hospital fucking records. I have the bills for being thrown on my head, hogtied, and thrown on my head in the back of that mental hospital. When my mother and Alexa kidnapped me. There's a writ of habeas corpus sitting in my chart there. Right, I'm not a violent person, a peaceful person. I don't freaking, this playing around with freaking, Marshall or, Gerald. There's nothing going on there. My mother called. I had my boyfriend, he was fucking trying to kill me. And I think they sent 1, maybe 2 officers, with 3 cops hanging on my car the first time. Kicked in my door, threw me back like 5 feet. I have all the pictures, all the bruises. Then my mother comes down. They give me a full body assessment, for locked up for 72 hours. Finally figure, I think 2, if not all 3 times. I filed writs of habeas corpus and nothing ever happened. Then her stealing my medication, she broke into my house and stole my medication and my ex-boyfriend's medication. That's on it. That would be one of the easier ones to get. I called. Deputy Green showed up. She didn't mean anything, but she broke into my house and stole controlled substances. She's been able to manipulate this whole system. What reason on earth, after you put me in a mental hospital, for how many times you're going to come in and take remove all my break into my house, remove all my medication to throw me into a psychosis, is what she was trying to do. So she could send me, she wanted me institutionalized for life, so I'd never find out about this fucking stupid trust. She says, she told me I pinched pennies all my life to save for retirement. No, I had college. And that divorce decree that she says is her divorce decree that absolutely involved me. She took the money that should have went to me and kept it for herself. She's cheated me my whole life. She's abused me. Her, Patty, my father, Bob, Jonathan, and now Lori is contributing to this shit. No, they let her go. I want to fucking find out what she said. All of this. There's more incidences. There's more. They wanted $1,800 from me. I said, I want every fucking time my name's ever been mentioned. There's multiple responsive records on me. I go from being head of my class, graduating nursing school, working at a dealership, working at Capital One, being top 5% of the company. I had fucking a ribbon for it, shit, fucking whole award. And then this lady starts calling the cops. My mental health record was unremarkable, and I can prove it. This lady's gonna call at the cops. I bet she told me she's very adamant about saying small pink handgun. She's always mentioning guns. She's embellishing stories. I have a little bit of crypto. If I got to part with it, I will. I need this over with. I need it over with. I've offered my whole crypto wallet for friggin' the divorce decree and the stupid trust before. I've offered the keys to my Volkswagen to John to get a frickin' LGBT. Why don't you know? How about you help me, Tom? These people eat their own. You don't know how many calls I made, how many people I've emailed, including those LGBT friggin' advocacy groups. I can publish that email too. That gives me this roulette of advocacy groups that bounce you back to the same one you came from, and nobody does anything. First, emotionally, allegedly, like, mentally defective as I am, that's all I'm doing all day, every day. I'm not out here enjoying my life. These people fucking hide and just make these bullshit phone calls. I'm in the middle of this. I have no freaking, hardly any internet. I want to publish. I've been saying I want to publish that officer that came out. I talked to my doctor. He said, you've been stolen from. You need to call the police. I said, how do you think that's going to work? They've been used against me as Patty's freaking publicly funded mercenaries. And that guy comes up, lies to me. I told him I'm freaking, I told him I was AMS because I was fucked up in the head putting all this shit together. And he tells me, I don't know what that means. These people deal with fucking mental health issues every single day, and you got a sergeant telling me you don't know what AMS means? You're totally lying to me the whole time. Refused to take a report. I called in May multiple times to report my family's crimes. I called in June multiple times. No one would come out. I have the phone records. The Pasco sheriff has the phone records. I call that my own personal sergeant, Andrew Denbo. I have the calls. And a report's never been taken, ever. Department of Justice has all the shit my brother did. All of it. And the governor's office. What are they doing about it? Fucking Cat, what's her name, from Tampa Bay Times has this shit. And then you got Lori going around claiming to be a fucking Teeling. My brother and her working at the IRS. Fucking total fraudsters. My brother, a beneficiary, notarizing trust documents that he has a disqualifying interest in. I get shipped out with my father. Fucking 13 years old. They tried to freaking commit me when I was 12 or 13. They tried to put me in jail when I was 12 or 13 because they wanted me out of the picture. These people are monsters. Thank you, Joni. I appreciate it. When all this is said and done, if it's ever said, I'm fucking helping you too. There's no reason your teeth should be all freaking... I know that's killing you. But I don't have much else to add to this. But I need your fucking help. There's nobody out there. You can't get a lawyer. I don't have any... My family's got my money. My mother hired that Eugene guy using my money. I'm a beneficiary. Never in the history of the world has a trustee had more rights than a beneficiary. This has been hidden since 99. All the abuse leading up to it was written out of this family, probably when I was 3 years old. And the only thing keeping me alive, keeping me safe, was my grandmother up till 10. And then she died. I knew I was fucked. These people continue to get away with it, just hide in their fucking houses. I need your help. So even if a couple of you just take one section of that, just send it off. Just 20, 30 bucks, I'll sell crypto, whatever I have to do. Fucking sell plasma, I don't give a shit. My mother's got a lawyer fighting against me. That's either tonight or tomorrow. I gotta write this fucking guy. Can I get out, hike in this desert? Can I take the dog out? No, I gotta sit here, go through this. Fucking weeks and weeks I spent studying trust law in a Home Depot parking lot in a 97-degree van. I'll get everybody back in one way, shape, or form if they want it. I'm very organized. And I'm very cognizant of who's fucking been good to me. It has to end. I can't keep feeling like this. I can't keep being tortured. Put up for it. Intentional emotional fucking infliction of emotional distress. They want me to kill myself. Whole family just fucking ghosts me, and they've ghosted me for a long time. I never get calls on my birthday. I never get calls on Christmas. I'm always alone. People, oh, it's because you're fucking LGBT. No, they didn't even fucking know who I was. I had no idea who I was because they were never around. They care about me. It's a lifetime of neglect and fucking abuse. Keep your receipt. I need you guys to do. I'm gonna do this myself. I'm gonna do it. But I need you guys to do it as well. And you guys sort of take a piece out of that. 1 through 6. 2 of them. All the verbiages. You just put your name in. I put my date of birth up there. We know who the caller was. It's all my mother. It's fucking hundreds of calls on me. Hundreds of calls on me. I get thrown out of my house. We're a lousy 10 grand. I have that money. I lost all my equity. Everything. Because they wanted me on the street. So I would fucking kill myself. My mother was disgusted. She came when she offered me that 3 grand. And then all of a sudden she just disappeared. Like, oh my God, this person's still alive. And then comes over and gives me that 500 check. She marched up here all angry. She looked in the van disgusted. That it wasn't a fucking rusted out piece of shit where I'm gonna end up lying in a pool of blood on the fucking rug. Watch this from the beginning. It's been... I need help getting information on what my mother has done that the cops don't want to give to me. I'm calling on you guys to help me. Somebody get rid of that guy. Saying a fucking joke, you asshole. Being fucking tortured. I'm not fucking putting up with it. I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate whoever can help me. I'll be forever in your debt. I love you. Goodbye.